Hey, welcome back to another episode on our new series, Pro Tips to Live a Dynamic Lifestyle. If you're new to this show, you definitely want to stay for this because we're dropping them every single day and we're giving you guys tips from literally experts and legit pro tips on how to live a dynamic lifestyle, especially in this pandemic and new circumstances and landscape that we're facing. So if you're interested, make sure to subscribe below. Other than that, get ready for this next one. Melody Schoenfeld, how you doing today?
I'm okay. How are you guys?
We're doing well. So, I just want to say thank you, for just coming on the show for this series that we have for, pro tips on how to live a dynamic lifestyle through these, really challenging times and through the whole pandemic.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
go ahead.
No. Go ahead.
Oh, so I was going to say, yeah. So just really quick. So like, we were talking before we got on and just like, how are you coping with all this that's going on just like the last month? And then just even like, what are your tips for somebody that's going through this right now? And how can they most importantly just reinvent themselves right now through this?
I'm doing what I can right now. It's been really hard on me. I've had a lot of loss. Just in the last week, I've had a lot of loss. And it's obviously my business has been affected and my music has been affected and everything's been affected. And it's very, very stressful. And all we can really do is the best we can do. And for me, I immediately started doing streaming sessions with my clients who wanted them. And that was, majority of my clients. I would say about 65% of my clients are now doing streaming classes with me. It's a significant cut in my income, but I can still pay the bills. And plus, I do online, programming and nutrition and things like that with MacroZinc, and that helps as well. And, obviously, a huge part of my life is also music performance, and I can't do that right now, but I was able to release a music video, which was good because it was very topical. I did a cover of Who Wants to Live Forever by Queen, and I had intended it before all of this went down as a tribute to people who have died. And it ended up being very topical. So the release was good on that, and it's had a lot of hits. So, at least I'm still able to get things out that way. And, I've been using this time to get better at my instruments. I've been using this time to train my body in ways that my goals have had to change in the gym because, I'm training at home for the most part. I'm not leaving my house as much as possible. So I'm training, I'm lucky that we have this kind of 1970s looking, garage gym in the backyard that, we bought at garage. My boyfriend got at garage sales and things like that, and it's come in handy. So, I think staying active and staying fit throughout this is a huge stress reliever and an antidepressant, and so that certainly helps. Sitting on the couch is not going to be productive for me. And so what I'm trying to do, and this is what I've always done, is occupy my mind in other ways. So, I lost, I had two parents, obviously, and they weren't home very much. And so I was raised by a woman who was basically my second mom. And I lost my dad and that woman within 2 months of each other, plus a friend of mine all within a 2-month period. And then I lost my mom and, countless losses in my life. And so whenever that has happened, I have gone right back to work. And as hard as it's been, I've gone on stage directly after the death of my best friend, because I needed to occupy my mind, and I was able to channel what was going on in here into my performance and my work, and this is how I help other people. So for me, that's what I can do, is I can help other people and myself in that way, and keeping my mind busy. And so I've been practicing my instruments, and I've been learning German, and I've been
Nice.
yeah, and I've been, I think I'm going to probably start doing little online dance classes that I find on YouTube, because I haven't had time to go dancing. I used to dance all the time, so maybe I'll practice dancing in my living room. And I've just been, I lost my cat. Sorry, it was just yesterday.
Yeah,
So
sorry to hear that.
It's okay. So I've been spending time with my dog and my other cat, because you have to do that. You have to value the time with the ones that you have right now. So that's what
Absolutely.
I've been doing.
Yeah, yeah.
Absolutely.
And it's been tough, but I think all you can really do is keep yourself busy, and you can reinvent yourself. It's not, if you're not, if you're stuck, and your business is closing or your gym is closing, think about what you have to offer, or what skills that maybe are latent in you that you can improve on, that you can create a new income with. Because I have, I've been a computer consultant, and I've been a lackey at a law firm, and I've kind of done everything. I've done the whole. I was in advertising for a while. I've done the whole thing, and so there are other things you can do. And they say necessity breeds invention. And the best advice that I was given ever is figure out what you love, and then figure out how to make money doing it. And so for me, I write books. That's another stream of income for me. For me, the online training comes pretty easily to me. So if you don't have that skill, I really recommend learning how to train people remotely, whether that means writing programs or whether that means doing Zoom or whatever. And also, maybe there are other avenues for you right now, other ways to inspire people. I believe that a lot of the conferences that we're used to going to may, for the time being, become online conferences. So if that happens, go and educate yourself and network and talk to people and find new ways to deliver what you have to the public. And whether that means training, or whether that means a completely different avenue that maybe you haven't explored yet. I think it's important to, you may discover that you have talents you didn't know you had right now. And this is really the time. This is the time to do that. This is the time to learn a new skill. This is the time to learn a new talent. This is the time to take what you have and make it better, or take something you didn't know you had and make it viable. It's tough, but I think the important thing to remember is that we're all going through it.
Yeah.
It's not just you, and we're all going through it to different degrees. So the best that we can do is be there for each other and be there for ourselves, and don't neglect the people that you love. Even if you can't be with them right now, check in on them, have video conferences with them, and tell them that you love them, because we only get this one life. And so that's the best advice I have right now.
Yeah.
Powerful.
Melody, I mean, that was really, really great stuff. Like, this is going to help so many people out when they listen to this. So thank you so much for just like your authenticity, just being real, being vulnerable, like on how you're honestly feeling right now, because it's easy for everybody to put on fronts, but I could tell that came from the heart. So I really appreciate that.
Yeah. And really quick, I'm going to try to cheer you up, and maybe it doesn't, but you could always try out TikTok, for dancing or music.
Yeah, what is that? I don't even know what that is.
I don't know. I need to explore it more, but I keep seeing it.
Yeah, but I think it's awesome though, what you're doing though, like, learning a language, like you said, doing like some dancing like that you couldn't do before because of the time, like restrictions. And that's what we've been telling just like our Fit Pro students and just like everybody that listens to our podcast is now's the time to really acquire those skills, because we don't know how long this is going to last. And if we keep here, just sitting here, just like, watching Netflix, scrolling through the phone all the time, I mean, that's not going to be the most productive time. But I definitely understand there's no handbook out here on how to get through this COVID-19 and like the whole pandemic and stuff like that. So it's tough. It's a tough time for everybody.
It is, but honestly, I'm not going to knock people who watch Netflix either, because I have days and that's all I can do.
Yeah.
That's all I can. Like yesterday, I barely got off the couch. I could not bring myself to do anything yesterday. I was just beside myself. And, I'll tell you what, today it took everything that I had to go out in the backyard and pick something up. But I knew I had to move my body. And, depression is a very powerful force. And I don't have clinical depression. That's a whole different thing. But I know, because I do have panic disorder, that it is an illogical thing, and it will try to keep you from doing what you want.
Yeah.
Are you a fitness professional looking to create more income, impact, influence, and independence? If so, we actually just dropped our new book, Rise of the Fit Pros, so you guys can be on your way to doing all those things, and you can sit there and build your hybrid training model. So if you're interested in getting your copy, make sure to click the book or the link right here, and you guys can grab it. Other than that, make sure to enjoy the rest of the show.
Yeah.
And this is something that I think causes depression to spiral in people who have it, and even people who don't. And I've had several panic attacks, which I haven't had really panic attacks much in a very long time. And I have had multiple panic attacks since this started. And it takes everything I have sometimes to get on with my life. But the best advice that I can give right now is keep a schedule. If you get off your schedule, it's going to mess you up. So keep a schedule. Do the work that you can do right now. Be as productive as you can right now. If you cannot do anything for yourself right now, do something for someone else. Honestly, it will help you. And force your body to move. Even if that just means go outside in your backyard and walk around the yard a couple times and breathe.
Yeah.
The fresh air does you a lot of good. And I'll tell you what, the air's not going to get much fresher than it is right now.
Yeah.
There's a plus. But just try and get some sun on you, or if the weather's shit, try and get some wind on you or whatever. Just get outside and breathe the air. It does wonders for you. I just came inside and from a workout in the backyard that I had to drag myself through, and my performance was not what I wanted to be. And I don't care, because I moved. I moved. And sometimes all you can do is move.
Yeah. And I love those points too. I mean, and then even just really quick with what you said about, like, you're going to have those days, right? Where you're not going to feel like doing shit. Like, you're not going to be motivated. Anxiety, fear, uncertainty is going to get the best of you, from a mental standpoint. It's like, I had plenty of those last week. And it's like, for me, the best thing I could do is just surrender to that day and just be like, okay, today was not the greatest day, but tomorrow's a new day, So I'm really happy to hear how you kind of like approach that.
Totally. And I think that's a really important thing, is just because you had a bad day doesn't mean that all your days are going to be bad.
Exactly.
And so all you can do is get through that and see what you can, I try to learn from this stuff as best I can. Sometimes there's nothing to be learned from it, but I try to learn from it and say, okay, what dragged me down today, and how can I get a little bit better tomorrow? And it doesn't have to be all the way better. It just has to be one step in the right direction.
Yeah.
So how can I be a little bit better tomorrow? And for me, that was getting out in the backyard and making my body move.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Oh, and then, I was just going to say, if you were, let's say, like, if like, for a business owner, right, or an entrepreneur right now that just, let's say hypothetically, they're going through this situation, they got everything just like completely wiped out to where now they have to start from scratch in that business. What's the best piece of advice that you would advocate to someone that's going through something like that?
I think right now what we're learning is that our industry is broken. I think we've known that for a while, but it's not. What we have to do is we have to figure out ways to continue to do what we do, even when we can't do it in the way that we're used to. And so for me, that's been, bringing it all streaming. I think that's what a lot of people have done right now. And so making sure that you're up to date on technology and things like that. And, I think it's important also to check in on your clients, because they're going through some shit too.
Yep.
And, to me, I'm not checking in on my clients being like, hey, you want to train with me? No, that's not why I'm checking in on them, because to me, that's my family. And so my job has been to take care of them. And so I want to take care of them now too. So, check in on people, make sure they're doing okay, because a lot of people are going through, as bad or worse than we are. But if you've lost everything, there's some hard decisions to make. Do you want to continue doing what you're doing? Number one. Number two, is the reason you want to continue doing what you're doing that you don't feel like you have any skills to do anything else? If that is the case, you need to take evaluation of your talents. Maybe you take a career quiz or something like that, but take evaluation of your talents and figure out what you have that is marketable to the rest of the world. Especially look at companies that are currently hiring, because right now online companies are hiring. Even like voiceover is hiring if you're, good at that. Even, obviously grocery and delivery and things like that, those can be temporary gateways to at least maintaining some sort of an income and maintaining some sort of a semblance of purpose right now. Even I know, I hate to say it, but Amazon is hiring. They don't take the best care of their people, but they're hiring.
Yeah.
And sometimes you can't look a gift horse in the mouth. I know a lot of grocery is hiring right now. So even if those aren't, obviously that's not what a lot of people want to do for a living, but this can be what carries you through and gives you the sense of purpose to get out of your house and go and do something right now.
Yeah.
And when I say get out of your house, obviously a lot of us should not be going out of our house right now, but you understand what I mean. Get your head around something else that gives you purpose that you can do right now. So, even if it's just delivering groceries for now, just understand that this is not a permanent change. This is just what's getting you through while you reassess your purpose. And if it is fitness that you want to continue with, you have to figure out how to make that recession proof, how to make that quarantine proof, and all that kind of thing. So I think this is a pretty big lesson for all of us is, are we doing what we want to do? And if we're not doing what we want to do, if we're only doing it because we don't think we can do something else, I guarantee you have other talents that would be of value and other avenues that you can look at. And it may be within the fitness world or it may be somewhere else completely. But this is a great time to take stock of what you have to offer and figure out how to offer it. And it may be that in the future you do that and fitness. The nice thing about training is it's not something that you have to do full time. You can do it when you're not doing your other stuff. Yep. So you can do everything if you want. But just try not to think of this, I guess, as an end, but perhaps as a new beginning, because there are a lot of opportunities out there that maybe we haven't even thought of.
Yeah, absolutely.
You also have to think about, obviously everyone is maintaining social distance right now, but if you take a job that you hadn't thought of before, like in grocery or in delivery or whatever, it may provide you opportunities to meet people somehow that may point you in a new direction. And so, there's always opportunities within things that maybe we're when you're not looking, you may find some opportunities.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And I think the biggest thing what you said was like right now people just need a sense of purpose, right? To kind of build some traction, some motivation again. And if that's what you need to do to get through this whole entire type of like pandemic, then do so. So I really appreciate that. And Melody, as we wrap up right now, I just want to commend you for coming on the show, giving your value, your wisdom, your experience, like your true thoughts and feelings, how you're going through all this stuff right now. So I really appreciate everything that you shared with the audience and with us.
Me too.
I'm happy to help. Yeah. And thank you guys for doing this. I think it's valuable. It's a valuable service.
Thank you.
I think we all need a little bit of hope right now.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So where can we support you right now? Or is there anything we can support you on that you have?
I'm doing I put little free workouts up on my Instagram for people right now. So if anybody needs impetus to move, that's what I'm trying to do there. And you know what? When I do that, I'm moving. So that's nice. If somebody needs someone to talk to right now or somebody to bounce ideas off of, you can message me. I don't have a lot to offer right now financially or anything else, but at the very least I can be someone to bounce off of. And so that's what I can offer. So if you need to talk, or if you're in a place where you're feeling hopeless, maybe I can help.
Okay.
So,
and where's the best place to connect with you?
I'm very Facebookable. I've got, my Instagram is at 5 Feet of Fury 1. If you want to watch my music video, it's up on my YouTube right now. It's on, which is also at 5 Feet of Fury 1 on YouTube. You can see the music video. Maybe it's useful to you. I don't know.
Awesome. Well, that's perfect. We'll have that all linked up in the show notes. Again, Melody Schoenfeld, thank you so much. We truly appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you. And stay strong, Melody.
Thanks, you too.
Okay.
Bye.
Hey, thank you so much for watching this video and another episode on pro tips on living a dynamic lifestyle. We truly appreciate it. Hopefully you got a lot of value out of it. If you're interested in getting more value like this from these pro tips, make sure to subscribe above. We're going to be dropping these daily. Also, if you are a fitness professional and you're looking to create more income, impact, influence, and independence, we just dropped our new book, Rise of the Fit Pros, so you guys can do all of that. You can also start building your hybrid training model with in-person and online training. So make sure to click the link or the book right here to grab your guys' copy, and we'll send it over to you. Other than that, we're out. Talk to you soon.